feeling exhausted, anxious, or stuck in a loop of overthinking. If these are the symptoms you're experiencing, then listen to this video till the end, because in the video today, I'm going to share with you how these symptoms don't just impact your mental health, but also play havoc on your body, because creating a host of other imbalances. So if you want to really understand scientifically the reason why you're experiencing these symptoms and what can you do to overcome these symptoms, listen to this video from the beginning to the end. Hi, my name is Kanika and I'm a healthy mind coach, and I help working professionals who are dealing with issues related to stress, anxiety, overthinking, negative thoughts, which is impacting their personal and professional life. I help these working professionals overcome all these issues by reprogramming their mind. So without wasting any time, let me begin. But before I begin, do not forget to press the like button below. If you're listening to my video for the first time, you can subscribe to my channel. So let us begin by first understanding what exactly is stress. Many people mistake that stress is something that we experience externally. It is because of something which is happening in our external environment. We attribute stress to issues in our life related to our health, wealth, or relationship areas. But what if I told you that stress is not something that you experience because of an external circumstance? Stress is something you experience in response to your inability to cope up with what is happening in your external environment. And that is why you see some people are very calm even in a very stressful environment or under pressure, while others succumb to pressure and stress very easily. So stress, like I said, is not something which is external to you. Yes, you may be experiencing an external environment which is stressful. Stress is basically an internal response created by your inability to cope up with what is happening outside of you or outside in your external environment. Now, typically what happens when we are feeling stressed because of the issues in our life is the need to control everything that is happening outside of us. If you're a highly anxious person, you know how small your life can get. Maybe you don't like going outside because people outside of you can trigger your symptoms. Or if you're a highly anxious person, imagine how this impacts the quality of your life, because we constantly try to control things which are outside of us, making us victims of our own life. Dr. Joe Dispenza says, when we are under stress, we become narrow focused. What it really means is that we are constantly scanning our environment for any perceived threats which can trigger anxiety or stress in our mind and body. And you know what happens? Our body has a very unique way of responding to a perceived threat in our environment. Now, what does the body do when it experiences stress in the internal environment? I want you to imagine what would go through your mind if you had a tiger or a dog running after you. Would it be time for you to stop and think, or would it be time for you to run for your life? This is the same thing that happens to our body when we are under the perceived threat. The body feels as if it's under an attack by an imaginary tiger or an imaginary dog. And how does the body respond to that stressful feeling, that stressful perceived threat? The body undergoes a host of biochemical changes and reactions in order to cope up with that stressful thought or feeling. And that is why the heart rate goes up. Sometimes some people report having panic attacks because the heart is pumping more blood in order for you to cope up with that external environment. The mind goes in an overdrive because it needs to overthink in order to create a solution to that problem that is creating a perceived threat in the mind. Oxygen, nutrients, blood flow increases to your muscles because this is the time for the body to run and save its life. Also, your adrenal glands secrete a hormone called cortisol in order for you to cope up with that perceived threat. So imagine the whole focus of this body at this time is fight or flight, that is saving itself. And this is not the time for the body to grow, repair itself. And that is why a lot of people experience loss of sleep when they are under a perceived stress. You also have to understand that our bodies are not designed to handle stress on a daily basis. Yes, a little bit of a stress is a boost. It improves our focus, and that is why sometimes that little bit of a stress adds that zing where we can be more focused and concentrated on the task at hand. But over a period of time, if you are in an environment where chronic stress has become a part of your life, the body gets knocked out of balance because the bodies are not designed to handle stress on a day-to-day basis, making it go out of balance, giving way for a perfect environment to create host of other health issues in the body. So what can you do if stress is a part of your daily life? It has become a part of your perceived environment, and it has started to impact your mental health and your physical health. So today I will share with you 3 techniques which you can use if you're leading a highly stressful life. The first technique is called thought reframing. Typically what happens is whenever we are feeling very anxious or stressed, we tend to think, what if something goes wrong scenarios in our head? Because like I said, the body and the mind wants to control every outcome. It wants the outcome to be predictable. So what do? The body and the mind, they start preparing itself for the worst case scenarios. So next time you find yourself in a highly anxious state, do one thing. Take out a notebook and write down all your fearful, anxious thoughts on one notebook. On the other side, start reframing these fears that you have in a more positive way. For example, if you have a thought that what if something goes wrong when this happens, or what if something goes wrong in future, start reframing it into a more positive sentence like, what if this goes right, or what if everything goes right, and what if everything goes as per plan. Reframing those same fearful thoughts into more hopeful, positive, better thoughts will allow your body to have a small reset and will allow it to look at the whole situation in a more balanced perspective. Remain calm and composed. One of the techniques that works wonders during this time is called box breathing. Now, what do you do in box breathing? Say, for example, it's like a box. You take 4 breaths inside, you take a pause for 4 seconds, then you take 4 breaths outside, then you take a pause for 4 seconds, then you take 4 breaths inside, pause for 4 seconds, again exhale for 4 breaths outside, pause for 4 seconds. Do it for a few breaths, a few minutes, and see yourself getting calmer. The third technique which can help you become more calm when you're feeling highly stressed and anxious is called visualization. Let me share with you what I told a girl one day who was feeling highly stressed about an exam which she was supposed to give the next week. This girl was really worried because in the past, whenever she had sat down for her exams, she ended up feeling very panicky, and because of that she couldn't answer all questions. So I told her, 15 or 20 days before your exams, sit down and start visualizing the scene of your exams and start visualizing that you're able to remember everything, you're completely relaxed, and your mind and your body are completely focused while giving the exams. This is what the girl did. For next 15 days, she trained her mind and her body to visualize the scene of the exam in a more positive, relaxed manner. And she told me after she gave her exam that her exam actually went much better than she had anticipated or had done in her previous attempts. So this is another technique which works wonders. Try and sit down and visualize the fearful situation in your life. This technique works wonders. In fact, whenever I'm feeling stressed or anxious about any situation or any circumstance in my life, I sit down and I practice these visualization techniques for a few minutes in a day to help me calm my nervous system. There is one additional technique which you must try, which is going to prep your mind and body to remain calm and focused, and that is called movement. Moving your body in any manner is a short way to feel much more relaxed and calm. So if exercises is not part of your life, make sure there is some form of movement or exercise which is part of your daily life, because this will help ramp up the good hormones in the body. It will help ramp up the serotonin, the adrenaline levels in the body, and you will feel much more calm and relaxed throughout the whole day. So movement is a very essential and key element of remaining calm, composed and relaxed in your daily life. I hope that the tips that I shared in this video today were helpful for you. Let me take a few minutes to quickly summarize some important key learnings from my video. The first one, stress is not created because of an external situation in your life. Yes, they do contribute. Stress is created because of your inability to cope up with the stressor in your external environment. Also, our bodies are not designed to handle chronic stress. If you live under chronic stress all the time, it knocks your body and mind out of balance and creates a perfect ground to create more health and mental imbalances. You can overcome the chronic stresses of your life by incorporating 4 very simple and easy techniques in your daily life. These techniques include thought framing, box breathing, positive visualization, and movement. If you like the tips that I shared in this video, please do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share this video with your friends and family, and also, if possible, in the comment section below, share with me what other topics would you like me to talk about. Till then, bye from Kanika, who's your Healthy Mind Coach.